Welcome to the Music Scout Podcast with myself, Lewis Fisher, and welcome to 2020, folks. It's been a bit of a change. New decade, new era for the podcast as well. Thank you very much for joining me for episode 104. Don't know if you can hear in the background, but that is a new introduction as well. I thought, you know what, new decade needs a new introduction. And also, haven't checked out the website as well. We've had a bit of a rebrand, a bit of a refresh. I feel like it wasn't too mature enough, but I think I just needed a bit of a change. And also, it's just to smarten up, really, put a suit and tie on, got one of the bow ties on, and we're a go, we are ready. So, thank you very much for joining me once again. We are going to have a lot of brand new music once again, getting back to the old ways, as well as some interviews coming up in the year as well. Probably going to be going to a few festivals this year as well. Going to be really, really good. I'm hoping for a few very, very big interviews, so let's try and hit it once again, because we smashed last year and we're going to smash it again this year. So we're going to kick off with a song very familiar to the song you can hear in the background, and that is going to be Corey Wong, and that's the track Golden featuring Cody Fry. This is actually coming off his new album coming out January 10th, which I cannot wait for. It's going to be so good. Anyway, let's kick into the song. Corey Wong featuring Cody Fry and Golden.
Looking all around at the people I see, everybody's living the dream. Starring in the show that we film on our phones, taking photos for pretend magazines. I don't want silver, don't want the bronze. I won't play party, I play the fines. Every time I see a shiny thing on a screen, I think, hey, maybe that could be me. Everybody's running after something golden, golden. We won't stop from running till we get that something place, wondering why it's greener than mine. While you're looking over here at my studio space, wishing that you had that kind of time. I don't want silver, don't want the bronze. I won't play party, I play the fines. Try to keep my head down and just not care. But then, hey, what's that over there?
Corey Wong and Golden featuring Cody Fry there on vocals, and this is coming up for the album on January 10th, Elevator Music for an Elevated Mood. He's a bit of a memer, is old Corey Wong. I think the other one was syncopated music for the syncopated souls. So now this is elevator music for an elevated mood. So I'm really looking forward to this coming out. If this is what's on display already, then bring on another 7 or 8 songs, including some from the likes of, on drums, you've got Nate Smith, and it's just got all the other guys coming back again from the previous album. So cannot wait. Really looking forward to that. So it's a good way to kick off the show, I would say. Everyone's in a great mood. Now I'm going to bring you down again. No, I'm joking. This is going to be an artist called The Tallest Man on Earth, and this is going to be the song I Love You, It's a Fever Dream. It's a nice come down, nice chill out song. I was actually going to go see The Tallest Man on Earth in New York at the Beacon Theatre. Not the Beacon Theatre, Radio City Music Hall. I've always wanted to go to both the Beacon Theatre and Radio City Music Hall to see a show. And he was playing at Radio City Music Hall. I was like, oh my god, this would be amazing. And he had to cancel the show, unfortunately. I was gutted. But I did get to see Blanco White instead. So nothing is taken for granted. Everything worked out well. And in fact, I had a really good time at Blanco White. I'm sure I'll be playing some of his music. He's an upcoming artist for this year as well, I'd say. And this man as well, The Tallest Man on Earth. This is a fantastic song. This is going to be the single I Love You, It's a Fever Dream. Do enjoy.
I've been thinking about the mystery as I'm driving here through it all. I've seen this road so many times before. It's where I'm from, oh my heart. Since I've been gone, they changed the sunset time, and it yells so loud as I move on. I've been thinking about the mystery as I'm driving through it all. And I've been singing to the beating rain. It's a big refrain after all. Now talk of summer on the radio. Maybe that's where I go, that's where I'll start. I'll take a plane so high above your house. Will I get it right this time? I'll be the star of all this beating rain. It's a big refrain after all. But I keep the hope I carry, little things so I can love wherever I go now. But we will travel past the beaten rain and be graceful after all. And I keep the hope I carry, little things so I can love wherever I go now.
absolutely gorgeous there from The Tallest Man on Earth with the single I Love You, It's a Fever Dream. Do go and check out the rest of his music, and fingers crossed he comes back to the UK very soon for me to go and check him out, because that was just mesmerising. And now we're going to change it up once again to a artist who I just stumbled across on Spotify. I've been checking out a lot of the Discover Weekly. I've been checking out Hot Bands. I've been checking out also Fresh Finds as well. They're sort of the three that I've been dabbling around at the moment, purely because I want to try and dabble into sort of more popular playlists as well. It's hard for me to get all of my music from Discover Weekly. I feel like it's a biased look at what I listen to in terms of, I am an indie listener. That's who I am. That's who I will be. I love guitars too much, but it doesn't want me to stop me from delving into like hip hop and electronic and soundscape and all these other places that I can, dive into all these other genres. So I feel like I wanted to try and get into more of the ones that Spotify have predominantly made more pop. So I've found Armani White through one of these playlists. I think it was Fresh Finds that I found this one. And this is a song called Thanksgiving. And the reason why I chose this track is because, one, it was the flow on this is insane from Armani White. I really love the flow, but also it's a nice change up from what you would typically hear from an R&B hip hop artist, because there's a sax solo, there's a trumpet solo. He's got all these different elements going on that actually come together quite nicely as a blend of what I enjoy, and also what hip-hop artists and they would predominantly go for in terms of their typical theming, like a rock artist would go for a guitar solo, a bit like Sam Fender, where he incorporates all of his saxophone solos in his music, very Bruce Springsteen-esque, for example. So Armani White is a nice change up from what I've been listening to recently. It's a breath of fresh air, really. And I hope you enjoy. This is going to be a bit of a long one. This is about 6.5 minutes long, I believe. I actually decided to do the extended version as well, purely to get those two solos in. But it completes the song, actually. It really gives it a nice overall completed view and flow of it as well. But yeah, the flow's insane. Great lyrics. Great sounding track. Armani White and Thanksgiving. Do enjoy, folks.
You finally made it to your right mind, true. Push your pride, I boost. Your status vary, now you barely touch your timeline. Every office I cruise in dudes, been stoked to boast about my music. Mostly unenthused, like that's Cooper. Wish your Wi-Fi. I learned they wanna return and I care less of what I need. I made a killing off surviving, I'm protecting what I eat. The same hand that was eager for finger banging my Ruger, just finger painting my future. Point that direction and I lead. Whether far or wide, both these arms are gliding to my landing free. Harmonized, scarring, carved the miles for every man to see. Panoramic, them stands to my man and grandmama fan of me. Got them at the sea, I guess they got over all of the profanity. I gotta get it off my chest while I'm still breathing. Blessings out the deep, I know I'm stressing out my demons. See what I was going through, pulled me by my shoulder. He said I still ain't believing what I'm showing you, behold it. Look around us, look around us. Son, you finally got something to be proud of. Look around us, look around us. Son, you finally got something to be proud of. Look around us, look around us. Son, you finally got something, yeah. Hey, look around us, look around us. Son, you finally got something to be proud of. I want the world but keep my knees to the sky. Can't help but think on my drive. I was out the street with shots and screeching, Leon got fried. No murder, co-workers in service, but I recent apply. I think the last thing that I'm supposed to be is alive. But that's a look at you, living proof of everything that's fictional. Planned it out from handed out, spitting middles on physicals. Submission, move, you see what that position do. Living out everything I've written down in that living room. I done been down to the bottom of the lowest. I still found a way to keep on popping on my toes. I put on the show when they told you I ain't gon' show up. I remember showers when I was eating them slopes. I remember camp floors. I remember packing 3 pairs of pants at a transport, running away from my landlord. I remember bringing knives to school to fight my lunch to say. I remember watching Watching my house and family go up in flames. I remember sunny days, run the block, coming late. Mom intensive care, now I'm sending prayers from another state. Double dated destiny, swallowed pride and I stomach greatness. None of this was luck for me. Them scratch offs always rub away another way. Took a dive, take a picture, look alive. We was made in his image, then look at God. Took your job, highlighted out for us. Love it when you doubt and they serve right to an alchemist. Now look at mine. If I ain't got nothing else, I got my ideas right here, ripping from my Jesus. All the fight tears, my niece gonna fight away. Hibernate her eyes clear from makeup till she wake up in the high rise, falling asleep in high chairs. Matches for magic, your majesty answer. Passing these friends till my dad just be cancer. Had a dream that we spoke and I had broken inside. When I got close to his mind, he told me open your eyes and look around us, look around us. Son, you finally got something to be proud of. Look around us, look around us. Son, you finally got something, yeah. Said on the phone, look around us, look around us. Son, you finally got something to be. Oh yeah, hey, look around us, look around us. Son, you finally got something to be proud of. Look around us, look around us. Son, you finally got something. Son, you finally got, oh, you finally got something to be proud of. Son, you finally got something. Maybe I'm frozen between going broke and saving the lucid, changing myself for roast. They couldn't make no sense of Helen Keller with that broken nose. Try to taste the whole but those and touch the face that no one knows, but they gon' feel these motions and emotions still. Got motives with motors, molding my motion mills. How about that I'm running for winter, I'm winning and even my ghosts get chills. I don't even consider boasting what I'm forced to feel. Like I'm the man of my time, or the gist of my fist. Write every plan in my blood, and still got a slit on my wrist. I let them plot around, mock and shot them down and twisted my grip. Study film for the school, I just had to stick to my script. I told Dan I've been playing my eternity and entirety. Ryan Kenny gambled the road to die on a dying breed. Phoenix out his finest commandments, swimming behind the sea. Search my dynasty and get Moses Winder his finest feet. Brittany told me she just wanna see me live my dreams out. Conquered every goal I set in stone from 17 down. Kemosabe's kicked in from cutting vocals on Keem's couch. Dirty, blacked and cleaned out, so pardon if I scream out loud. Been shooting arrows, then shuffle picks. Heart was partial, broke by the sharpest bow that they struck me with. I lost my love, the music, love my losses, fell in love again. My aunt and cousins, this the only way I keep in touch with them. Trusted in our release, made the story worth the read, worth the burn, worth the disco, worth the listen. Virtually, I'm basking in the fact that even accidents have purpose. When my verse and crash and show me that these breaks ain't never work for me. Working to my bathroom, got a back room in my castle size. Dragon snares and dragonflies, dragon bags and dragon knots. What didn't happen in days, I seen it happen in black and night. That morning I sit back and I can satisfy that I look around us, look around us. And you finally got something to be proud of. Look around us, look around us. And you finally got something to be proud of. Step back and I look around us, look around us. Son, we finally got something to be proud of. Look around us, look around us. Son, we finally got something to be proud of.
Armani White and Thanksgiving there for you. Had a nice solo at the end with the sax solo. Felt like it was really, it was just tip the iceberg. And then it also flowed from the rest of the song. It didn't try too hard, didn't push too much. But then the song kind of does that as well. You've got, at the beginning, you've got the piano just on its own, bringing in that sort of soulful bass line, which really complements both of the, just the whole song in general, and also the piano at the beginning. And then you kind of get the vibe of what's going to happen during the song. It doesn't try too much. It's not trying to be in your face like quite a lot of this in that style, which is probably why I like this as much as I did. So Armani White and Thanksgiving. So now we're going to move on to the fourth track of this episode. There's 7 tracks in total for you. And we're going to have an acoustic track from Eve Owen, and then She Says. And then just after that, we're actually going to listen to the doubleheader of music. The doubleheader of music is back. Once again, it feels like ages since I've played a doubleheader of music, or I've said doubleheader of music. If you're new to the podcast, essentially before I did a massive spell of interviews, essentially I just put out loads and loads of interviews. I used to do these on the reg, and essentially I used to always put out a music episode more often than the interview episodes, and that's changed over time, but now I want to try and do more music episodes. And essentially, we used to have a double header of music where I put 2 artists against each other, and then whoever come out on top, or, you know, there were essentially very conflicting genres, and one would usually come out on top of the other, usually by a Twitter poll, but we don't normally do that anymore now. But I do like to get the contrasting genres together, go from one genre to another that just you would never hear on a radio, one after the other. Maybe on Radio 1 if you're looking at, I don't know, again, Sam Fender to Kanye West, for example. Very conflicting genres, but I guess Radio 1 probably would do that. Anyway, let's move on to Eve Owen first before we get on to the double header of music. And this is going to be a fantastic song called She Says. Evo in there with the sudden stop there for you with the single She Says. Now, Eve Owen is actually, that's her first ever single she put out. And that's her only single she has put out. She has only got one song to her name. Well, as Spotify says, I'm not too sure. But essentially, that's pretty impressive to just have one single out and to have 325,000 downloads on it, or streams on it already, which is pretty impressive. And especially for this young lady, she looks like she's off for a real great career. And hopefully we can follow that and see how she does in the future. Probably looking forward to an album from her this year as well, so we'll keep an eye out for that. But yeah, Eve Owen and She Says as the single, so do go and check that out. So now we're going to move on to the double header of music for you. And this is going to be two beginning with G artists. They've got Glass Caves with Common Tongue. And then we're going to have Gecko Club, who I've played on this podcast before. I believe that was for the Great Escape artists to watch out for either this year or last year. I've definitely played Gecko Club before, so they are definitely ones that I was looking out for. As soon as their name came up with a new single, straight on it, loved it, straight into the first episode of the year. So Glass Caves first with the song Common Tongue, and then Gecko Club after that with High Flyer. Do enjoy.
Beastie shirt, floating in the city breeze, wearing my black jeans. It's 25 degrees. She's got some blue flats on and a flowery tee, and I just can't believe that she's walking over to meet me. With her eyes, she said, I like the way you look. I hope I'm not misunderstood, 'cause my English isn't good, but we don't really need that. You took my breath away, I can't say what I wanna say, 'cause my Spanish isn't great, but love's the common tongue. Love is the common tongue. The common tongue. Love's the common tongue. Do you wanna walk with me through the garden of love? I wanna get to know you. I wanna know if you came down from above. Do you wanna dance with me till the song comes up? I can feel my breath escape with the eyes. She said, I like the way you look. I hope I'm not misunderstood, 'cause my English isn't good, but we don't really need that. You took my breath away, I can't say what I wanna say, 'cause my Spanish isn't great, but love's the common tongue. Love is the common tongue. The common tongue. Sun's back low, one less love. Knowing that I'll never ever, knowing that I'll never ever see you again. Stay in touch. You're my sun splashed green. Here's to the memories. Thanks for the 12-hour cat to love me and dream. I like the way you look. I hope I'm not misunderstood. My English isn't good, but we don't really need that. You took my breath away, I can't say what I wanna say, 'cause my Spanish isn't great, but love's a common tongue. Love's a common tongue. Love's a common tongue. Common tongue. Sun's back slow. Common tongue.
before we go. But I'm just hoping that she don't read me wrong. Expose a liar inside, it's getting somber. But I still don't impress, God, nonetheless. I'm second best, I'll make it worth your while if you know. What I mean, what you've seen, all above and in between. Just take me high, we'll fly to take me slow. Cause she's a high flyer, racing through the city. She's a low rider, taking over life, and she got no time, yeah. Wasting it on people who will still talk about it like she's gold. Cause she's a high flyer, racing through the city. She's a low rider, taking over life, and she got no time, yeah. Wasting it on people who will still talk about it like she's gold. Still talk about it like she's gold. Turning words into feelings, but it feels slow. An honest man sometimes lies if he's wrong. She got me falling in love, but it feels slow. And I'm all over like I'm ready to go. Yeah, she got love on her lips, moves on her hips. The way she slips into that dress, I'm gonna take me home. She's talking love and romance, mom will say the dance. No second best, we fly to the high if you know. Cause she's a high flyer, racing through the city. She's a low rider, taking over life, and she got no time, yeah. Wasting it on people who will still talk about it like she go. Cause she's a high flyer, racing, and she's a low rider, taking, and she got no time, wasting on people who I go.
So there you have it, the double header of music for episode 104 on the Music Scout podcast. You had Glass Caves first with the new single Common Tongue. Very catchy, very electronic single, that one. And as soon as I heard the chorus, I was just like, I'm hooked. I've got it in my head. I'm going to have to play it. That's pretty much it. And they've had a few singles out now. So looking forward to seeing some new music from them in 2020. Yeah, really, really good track, that one. And then slowly going into Gecko Club with the new single again called High Flyer. Previously had a couple of albums out, and this is just a one single from the upcoming album. And Gecko Club have been around for a couple of years now, so starting to get that reputation going, and also a reputation for bringing out some really good indie music, some consistent indie music as well. Really, really good, high standards. So looking forward to seeing what they will bring us for 2020 as well. Hopefully I will see some of these guys that have been featuring on today's episode at the Great Escape Festival as well. If you're not going, you should probably go. I'm just saying, I'm not being sponsored by them or anything. Just saying, it's a great festival. You should definitely go if you're enjoying the new music discoveries. It's down in Brighton in the UK. Obviously, if you're not in the UK, get a plane, I guess. It's going to be a bit more expensive. For me, it's going to be a 4-hour drive, so looking forward to that. Anyway, time for the final song of the podcast. I know it's already nearly over, the first episode of the year. Thank you all very much for joining me. I'm just going to do a couple of plugs just before we finish the episode off and I go into the last track. So obviously do go and check out the brand new website, which is themusicscout.co.uk. We've had a refresh, we've had a rebrand. It's a lot more, it's got more of a retro feel, but also I feel like it's got more of a simplistic feel as well. So looking forward to seeing all of your comments on that. Do and give me a tweet on what your thoughts on the new style of the podcast, obviously the new introduction, and also how the podcast looks in terms of the new logo, and also the look of the website as well. And my Twitter handle is themusicscout with a little underscore. It'd be great to hear some feedback from all of you guys, and also the songs that I've chosen as well. Obviously, it's a new decade, new era. I want to try and change things up a little bit. So all of your feedback is appreciated. And also there is the contact page on the website as well. So that's www.themusicscout.co.uk. You can check out themusicscout.co.uk, and also there's the podcast episodes. I'm looking to start the blog up again and just reel off a few of my thoughts and feelings, especially with the Billboard top rock albums of the decade. God, that was an awful list. I might get onto that at some point. And anyway, thank you very much for joining me once again for episode 104. So we're going to finish up on Thyla with their new track December. This is a Brighton-based band who have brought out a few singles and an EP recently and are very much hotly tipped for 2020. So looking forward to seeing what they will bring us for this year, and also how high can they go with the popularity, because they were damn good at The Great Escape. And it's great to see Mitch, the guitarist, actually went to Ben Brighton with him. It's great to see him doing so well in this band. He was a lovely guy back then. I'm sure he is still now. And also his band, he's always been a very, very good guitarist. I'm glad he's settled down and found a really good band. He's hopping around loads of bands, and now he's found a really good one. And it seems to be like they're a bit hotly tipped, like Enemy are getting involved. So it'll be exciting to see how these guys do. Anyway, this is going to be the single December by Thyla, and this is going to be me closing the show. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you all soon for episode 105. Ta-ra!